Hey guys, we're going to do just a little bit of social studies. So, whenever we left off, we were talking about how Spain was actually one of the Six Flags over Texas. So, Spain actually once owned the land that we now live on today. Um, so, whenever they came over, they began building these missions. Now, remember, the purpose of the missions was so that they basically had a place in order to practice their religion and so that they could teach the Native Americans, the people that were already here, their way of life. So, they offered the Native Americans a place to live, but they also said, you're going to kind of start living our way. So, we're going to teach you our language, we're going to teach you our religion, we're going to teach you basically just how we do things, and you can live here in our missions. So during this time, Mexico was actually fighting for their independence from Spain. And so in 1821, Mexico did gain their independence. So, what that meant for the land that's Texas is that Mexico now has control over that. So that's going to be another flag over Texas, is going to be Mexico. Now the land that we live in today is owned by them. So the biggest thing for Mexico was that they needed people to come live in the land. They needed settlers to come over and they needed to develop this land. That way no one could take it from them. So this guy named Moses Austin, he came up with a plan. So he went to the Mexican government and he said, hey, what if I bring 300 families over? I'll bring 300 families over. We'll help you guys start to develop this land. All you have to do is give us a little place to live and we can do the rest. And so the Mexican government agreed to that. They said, yeah, sure, bring over the 300 families. We'll give you guys a plot of land and you'll just help us develop the land. So before Moses Austin was actually able to carry out his plan, he ended up passing away. So his son, Stephen F. Austin, he had to take over. So Stephen F. Austin is what's known as an impresario. So an impresario is someone whose job it is to bring over settlers to a piece of land in order to help it become developed. So what that meant was that Stephen F. Austin, he's going to bring over these 300 families. In return, those families are going to get a plot of land in this area. And on that plot of land, they'll be able to build homes. They'll be able to grow crops. They can bring their families with them. So it was kind of like a win-win situation for both sides. You come over, you get a place to live. All you have to do is help us develop this land. So both sides were getting something in return. So Stephen F. Austin, he brought over the old 300, and pretty soon word started getting out to the people that were back in the United States that all you had to do was come over here to Texas. They're going to give you a plot of land. It's a great piece of land because it has fertile soil, so you could grow crops. It's plenty of space for you to build a home for your family. Your family gets to come with you. So word started getting back to the citizens that were in the United States, and it sounded like an opportunity that was too good to pass up. So soon, more and more people from America started coming over to Texas. Remember, Texas is owned by Mexico at this point. So they're coming over to this land, and pretty soon there's more people from America than there are actual Mexican citizens in this area. So what that meant for the Mexican government was that they had to start putting in a plan to kind of stop this because they were getting outnumbered, right? So the president at this time was General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. So what he said, he was kind of like this meme right here. He was shocked that there were more Americans there than there were Mexican citizens, and he decided that he was going to put a stop to it. We're going to pause right there, and we're going to do a couple stop and jots.